so on. I was trying to understand what this is, but very soon I found out that it's not a very exciting subject for me because everything comes in a very abstract form. So I just went through it. I didn't raise any question about it. The fact that I had to go through this, and I played the game and did well in school and in the university. Then I started teaching in a college in Bangladesh. And I enjoyed that part because I was trying to teach in a way that makes sense to my students, because I thought my teachers didn't do a good job on me. So I was trying to compensate that I should do something very interesting, make subject very interesting to my students. Then I got a fellowship, Fulbright fellowship, to come to USA to study economics in the USA. And I was delighted that I got this scholarship. And I went to USA, went to Vanderbilt University, and I started doing the PhD in that university. Again, it became very boring for me, actually. I didn't see any excitement in it because everything is so routinized, so kind of straitjacket thing. But one thing excited me was one particular teacher in that university, Georges Rogan, who was a Romanian by nationality. He settled down in USA. He's a wonderful teacher. He's basically a Marxist theoretician. So this is the first time I got an opportunity to learn Marxist economics from him. And it's a wonderful teacher. He's the first teacher I really thought that this is what a teacher should be. Yeah. And he made things very interesting, very real life, how the theory is built on the real life experience, how theory took turns because it could not accommodate the reality of the situation, and how step by step you build up that kind of thing. So I learned my first real excitement about economics, about statistics, and about econometrics I had from this particular person.
Quizá uno de los males más profundos de Occidente y el pensamiento occidental es ese divorcio entre la teoría y la realidad, no solamente en economía, sino en muchas otras áreas.
I can't say that this is something Western, because when you are abstracting, you are building up social science, you need to do the abstraction. But the fault is you are not warned by your teachers that this is an abstraction, trying to put together the reality in that abstract form. Very soon it becomes a reality by itself, as if that is a reality. If you see the difference between what you have in theory, in your model, in your abstraction, if it doesn't tally, you blame the reality as it exists rather than the theory that you had, as if that's a reality, that's where the reality should fit in. So you made a big departure in the sense that you wanted the abstraction to imitate the reality, accommodate the reality. But you became so arrogant in your own subject. You wanted the reality to follow your model or theoretical framework that you have created. So that's when students and everything are misguided. And they come back and started saying that this is what it should be, because that's what our calculation says, that's what our theoretical results should add up to. And we go in the wrong direction, as if people are created to satisfy the condition of the theory, rather than theory is created to satisfy the condition of the people. So that's the problem, and that's where any kind of university teaching, I think we should put a level, that a warning, that remember that this is only a game that we are playing to imitate the reality. So reality is the supreme, that's where it should be, rather than what we are building.
Ahora, ese juego teórico que se dio en la economía ha hecho mucho daño a muchos pueblos, en el sentido de que no se ha entendido bien quizás cuál es la esencia de la pobreza y cómo es la manera de derrotar la pobreza. ¿Cuál cree usted que es el error del enfoque tradicional de la economía para enfrentar la pobreza, y qué es lo que le enseñó a usted la realidad de cuál es el enfoque correcto para enfrentar la pobreza?
one basic issue that I raise with economic theory is economic theory that we build up over years has no room to explain, no mechanism to explain poverty of people, because economic theory started with national wealth, how to grow, what are the factors which contribute in building national wealth. So they are always thinking in terms of national economy, not the economy of a person. Poverty can be examined only at the personal level, because it's a human condition. It's not something that you see in a global situation, in a national situation. So you came back to explain poverty by saying per capita income is so low. That's again per capita income, which is average, which is distributed over a large number of people, that doesn't reflect people's condition. And then human elements is completely avoided, completely distanced from that. As if it's a mechanical thing, you explain in a mechanical way. So you don't see the human condition of poverty and why poverty, what are the situations which lead to poverty. So economic theory, I don't think we should blame economic theory, because they never tried to do that. But when we come to address the issue of poverty, we bring in the economic theory because we have nothing else. So we say growth is the solution to the problem of poverty. If the economy grows, poverty will be gone. In a sense, it's correct, because if there is prosperity in the economy, definitely it will seep in some way, some people. But that is no guarantee that the poverty for all people will disappear. Look at all the rich countries, very rich countries. Take United States, richest country in the world. But there's a lot of poverty in that country. People cannot afford housing, people cannot afford food, people cannot afford health care on their own. So state has to step in, give them the welfare benefits for that welfare benefit. That's no sign of a rich economy. So growth and prosperity doesn't really address the issue of poverty. It's a very different kind of issue that we have to address in a different way.
Frente a ese enfoque de que la prosperidad puede mejorar la pobreza, existe otro enfoque contrapuesto que parece que también está equivocado, que es pensar que una política de asistencia social desde el Estado o ayudas internacionales venidas de afuera van a solucionar el problema de la pobreza. ¿Qué error hay en ese otro enfoque?
There are two things. One is the welfare, and this is the international donors coming and help you. Let me talk about the welfare first. Welfare is again is a growth out of the weakness of the economic theory itself, because it cannot handle poverty. So it has to be done in a patchwork. We couldn't address that issue within the policy framework. So let's have a separate package for them. What do? They don't have income. Okay, I'll give them income. I'll write a check. I'm the state. I write a check. They have an income. They don't have housing. Okay, I'll give them housing. Give them housing. They don't have employment. Okay, I'll give them employment benefits. So you could not address it in a policy framework, so you come with a patchwork, address it in a separate way. In the process, I'm arguing you are doing damages, because if people live on the state charity, if people wait for their jobs until then they get the state check to take care of myself, then all my initiative to solve my own problem is gone, because I know the state will take care of me. So I become very lazy, all the initiative, because I know this is the way my society is, also I assume this is the way societies are supposed to behave. I don't have to do anything. For me, the initiative of individual is the most important element in human being. It's full of energy and creativity inside a human being. So society should be organizing itself in a way everybody has a chance and incentive to unleash that energy. If I have no incentive, I'll never discover myself. I'll always go because life is okay with me. I eat and I sleep and so on. But my point is, just eating and sleeping in a nice house or a reasonable house is not human life. It may be animal life. So I'm a human being, but what I'm doing, I'm living in a human